What's up? I know I owed you guys a video. I know. And I meant to record a video that same day. I sent that little small video saying like a video's coming up. But then I ended up being in a call with one of my friends, and that pretty much lasted the whole day. So I'm here with a video now. Better late than never, right? Anyways, what's going on with me? Ugh, where do I freaking start? All right, so I'm basically taking a vacation, right? This vacation is in July. I'm going to FanFest. If whoever watches this, if you know what it is, comment or whatever. But I'm going to FanFest, 2 days, right? But I'm taking a week off. It's essentially 4 days off because the way my schedule is like set up and the way I set up the vacation, it starts on my off day. So I'm technically just taking 4 days off of work. Anyways, my boss gave me an issue. He was like, "Oh, you can't take these days off." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Oh, it's company policy. I can't let you take them off." And then I'm like, "Can you explain? Can you explain further?" And he's like, "Oh, because somebody else is already taking it off." And I'm like, "Hold up. Somebody else is taking it off. When has that ever been an issue? What?" I'm like, when did that even become policy? So me and him are going back and forth. I don't want to give you guys a long version of this. I mean, if you want it, then yeah, sure, But anyways, me and him going back and forth about this. He's like, "Oh, it's company policy." Now, I read the handbook, and the policy is if you want to take off a week or more, right? You have to let them know 3 to 5 weeks in advance so then they can find coverage for your shifts, right? Like that's the one rule. It's not unspoken. It's the actual rule. You got. Oh, I just got a message. You got to make sure you have coverage for your shift, or not you. They have to make sure they can cover your shift. Sometimes they make us do the work, which is just ridiculous. This is Allied Universal, by the way. This is the company. And honestly, it just sucks. But anyway. They basically I won't even say the whole company sucks, but whoever they employ that end up becoming my supervisors, these supervisors are always lazy. They'll have you do the work. They'll have you find your coverage, which is it's not even supposed to work like that. But anyway, let me continue. Me and him are going back and forth. I have texts of this basically, and he's like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have booked I booked all my stuff." Because again, I wasn't expecting this to happen because it's never happened. I haven't taken a vacation in 3 years, 2 to 3 years. Last time I took a vacation was when I went to Arizona. Funny enough, I'm doing that again. So I have all this PTO. I have so much PTO. I'm using PTO as well, by the way. And the fact that he's saying this just kills me. But that's not even a problem. The problem with it for me is he's mad rude. Like he doesn't talk to you like an adult. He talks to you like everything's a problem with him. And this is not the first time I've had an issue with him, right? This is not the first time. It's probably like the third. And prior to me asking for this time off, he had an issue with another employee here, right? To make that long story short, our employee was trying to get the day off. Well, essentially he said he couldn't come in. And me and the employee spoke about it. He asked me if I could cover him. I said, sure. Again, this employee is used to us doing the work. If we want coverage for ourselves, we ask one of us that works here. It's like 5 or 6 of us that work here throughout the whole week. We ask each other if if one could cover the other or whatever. So he asked me, he was like, "Yo, can you cover my shift?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, bro. No problem." Just like I let our boss know. So he's aware of the whole situation. He's aware that I'm covering you, and he pays me basically, because that's another problem. They'll mess up your pay. So I was like, "Yeah, just let him know. I got you. I'll come in." It was a midnight shift, so I'm like, all that means is I got to go to sleep early, and I could come in. So that's what I did. I covered his shift, but as I was doing that, he texted my friend, I always say coworker, employee, friend. He's a friend at this point. He texts me. He sends me a picture of what my boss is saying to him. Oh, you shouldn't be taking any days off or whatever. You only work 2 days here. You shouldn't be taking any days off. First of all, it's not your fucking business. Like, again, the rule is, as long as there's coverage, and in this case, you have to let them know 8 hours before the shift starts, right? He let him know 24 hours before. Again, not a problem because he found the coverage himself. So it's not like our boss needed to go find some random person to come cover the shift. It's the same, it's a person that already works here, that already knows how the site operates, that already knows the tenants, etc., to cover the shift. Like, no problem for the boss, no work he has to put in. He just has to pay me for this fucking day. Like, that's another thing. They're lazy as shit too. It's like, they make a fuss out of having to put the payment in, or having to, I don't even understand. There's so many issues. There's so many issues with the company. Anyways, I'm not complaining. I'm really complaining right now. And also, sorry for, like, I'm getting my haircut tomorrow. So this is looking kind of scruffy, I know. So apologies. But, yeah, so basically, yeah, he sends me a text saying, like, the boss just going off at him. No reason for this, by the way. Like, we're adults. So you can just talk to me like an adult. And again, it shouldn't be a problem. If a person takes off, it shouldn't be a problem. The problem is he has to do the extra paperwork. So it's been a week, guys. It's been a week. The week is, how can I put it? It's just ending today for me, basically. My Mondays are my Fridays. That's how my schedule works. Off Tuesday and Wednesday, come back Thursday, then the week begins. So it's just been that. So, long story short, my plan is to put my 2 weeks in before my vacation, because I'm taking my vacation. You're not stopping me. I put thousands of dollars into this trip. I'm gonna take it, but I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in before I go on the trip. So what I've been doing is basically getting a second job. I was already trying to get a second job before this. If you guys been watching my videos, you already know. I've been trying to get a second job. My plan was to work both jobs, literally kill myself, but, get myself above water, make sure all my bills and shit is paid, and then slowly but surely reduce my days here so, I'll be able to live a little bit more. Still work here. Like, I wasn't gonna completely quit. I was gonna have like 1 or 2 days I'll work here, afternoon shift, and then I'll work 5 days at my other job that I'm eventually gonna get. I'm working on it right now, actually. But and I got an interview, coming up. But that was basically my plan. Like, my plan was to do that. Now, it just means that I need to work that much quicker. Like, what's the word for it? I can't even think of it right now. But now I really need to get this other job because, oh yeah, I forgot to add the fact that I've been working with this company for 6 years. It's about to be 7. Come November, it's gonna be 7. So 7 years with this company. Perfect. I'm gonna say perfect attendance. I've never called out. I've always used PTO. I've probably called out like once or twice. But again, how my old supervisors taught me, have coverage. If you have coverage, it's not a call out. A call out is a last minute thing, but telling them like 8 hours before your shift is not considered a call out. You just absent. That's how it works, security or whatever. But I use PTO all the time because I want to get paid for my days I'm not here. Like, I still gotta get paid because I still have bills to pay. That's always been a thing with me. So yeah, it's just been 6, 7 years of this nonsense. Mind you, it's minimum wage. I'm like, why am I killing myself? Why am I killing myself with you over minimum wage? Why? For no reason. You can't even respect me as a human being. You acting like I'm a hassle. The trip's in July, and I'm telling you, last week of April is when I told him, actually. So like April 28th, he didn't answer to the first week of May. So I'm telling you way in advance. So again, I don't wanna like, I actually asked him, I was like, is it issue coverage? Because somebody's gonna cover me, and I'm gonna cover their shifts. I'm sure you already know this. Another thing is, he mentioned policy. He said, Two guards can't take off at the same time. One of my friends that works here, well, yeah, he's a friend. I had him moved from his site to here. He works overnight. Me and him are both going to this event, right? He took it off before me. Again, this has never been policy. This is something new. And not only that, if someone takes off here at the building, right, he's supposed to let us know. He's supposed to let us know somebody's taking off. Like, somebody's taking off, will you guys be able to cover it? First thing he's supposed to do. So then what that prevents is from somebody new coming over here and not knowing how the site works and what to do. Because there's so many times at this site where they will send a new person here to cover, right, or something like that, and the person has no idea what to do. Can't even blame the person for that. They didn't have no training. They were sent here in emergency, right, just to cover the shift. They weren't trained. But they send them here, they don't know what to do. That person just lets any random person in here where you're supposed to check them first, and that could lead to, issues. So this is going on for 11 minutes. Wow. So yeah, basically, I let all the tenants know here, like, they've known me for a while. They love me here, right? I told them, listen, this is what's happening. The chances is I won't be here much longer because I'm not gonna stop going on my vacation. Like, you're not gonna make me not go. And I most likely will have to put my 2 weeks in 2 weeks before. They all know. They're like, is there anything we could do? I'm like, I don't think there's nothing you guys could do. And like, I'm not trying to be ignorant, go over this man's head or whatever. I'm calling HR. I talked to him today and I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. I'm not trying to like go over this dude's head or, I was trying to actually talk to him. He's just being rude about the whole thing. I'm like, you can't work with me here. I've been an outstanding employee for 6 years. Like, no problems whatsoever. No problems. Only good things. That's all you've been hearing from the tenants and the board is good things about me. No problems. Why are you giving me a problem now? And if this is policy, how come you didn't tell us earlier? Like, and then I didn't tell them why I was taking off. Again, I don't really go into details. It's none of their business why I'm taking off. It's my PTO. I get to take off. There's no, I'm not telling you why I'm taking off. That's just not how it works. You can never tell your employer why you're taking off. Unless you're super cool with them, I guess. Like, I don't know. In the past, I used to work at Best Buy before this, right? I used to take off for video game releases. But my supervisor, he was into that stuff as well, so he completely understood. And again, as long as it's in advance, it's not a problem. You have PTO, it's not a call out, it's nothing like that. It's in advance. He would ask me, he's like, yo, why are you taking off? And I'm like, honestly, this game comes out and I want to no life the hell out of it for a day. Like, I just want to straight play for a whole day or whatever. And he'd be like, yeah, I hear you. I might be playing the same shit, blah, blah, blah. So, it was just fun, something we laughed about. And then compared to that, this supervisor is just like, oh, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm like, man, I cannot deal with this guy. And like I said, this is not the first time this has happened. It's not. Like, it's always an issue with this guy. So the point of this video was just to tell y'all how my week's been going. It's been terrible. I was hoping I would have I did get a bite for a potential job, right? But I needed to have a certain amount of money or whatever because I need to get 2 licenses for this particular job. I spoke to him last week. She was just like, oh, you can call me back. I tried calling him back several times, but I keep getting this answer machine. So I reapplied for the job on Indeed because this week I will be able to pay for those licenses. I have the money to pay for it because I get paid tomorrow. So I was gonna pay for the licenses. I was gonna come in with the money order or whatever and then continue with this thing. But it's a potential good job, way better pay. Again, this is minimum wage where I'm at right now, and this new job starts at 22 with raises. Oh yeah, I like to add that too. I don't get no raises here. 6 years, no raises. Not complaining, again, I just stating facts. So anyways, that's my plan. Like, What would you guys do in my situation? Like, I just want to hear what you would do. I'm obviously I'm taking my vacation, and you're not stopping me from doing that. Like, and all that means is my shit's expedited. Like, it's expedited. I need to get a better job faster, and I should have been out of here to begin with. All that shit means is I need to work that much quicker to get the hell out of here. I love the people here. I love the tenants. The job itself, not difficult at all. It's a great job. The company, though, that could be argued. I'm pretty sure there's other supervisors under this company that are way better, that are way more mature about the shit, that'll talk to you like an adult. I feel like I'm talking with a child. It's not like he just wants to argue. And I don't want to argue. I was like, hey, good morning. Can I need off from this day to this day. And you know what's crazy? It's technically just 4 days I'm off. It's not a week. I would almost say it's 3 days, but it's 4 days. It's just crazy. In the lease, I just wish that he would have spoke to me better. Like, the way he spoke to me was just uncalled for. He's never, like, I've had a problem with him before where, like, I didn't argue with him, but he was just going off. But in terms of me and my standing with this company has been positive. So that's why I said I'm putting my 2 weeks. Out of respect for the company, I'm putting 2 weeks. I'm not gonna quit, like, just straight up leave. I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks. But yeah, like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I thought about a number of things, like maybe doing like some kind of bereavement thing, and then I come back or something. But I don't want to come back, and I shouldn't. Like, for $15 an hour, like, I'm still like underwater, and I would like to fix my life, and I feel like I deserve to get paid more. Like, I feel like I do, and at this point, I don't even care where I work. Like, if it pays the bills, and it pays more, right? Because obviously I got my own fucking bills I gotta pay. I gotta pay student loans still and all that shit. So, I mean, if it pays the bills and then some, then I'm in. Like, it's just crazy that it had to come down to this. Anyways, that's the video. I wanted to talk about the Xbox shit, and I think I'll just save that for another video. But this is the video for TikTok. Just letting you know where my head's at. I'm miserable, right? But I try to keep a smile on my face. I'm concierge at the same time too, so I can't be looking like I'm miserable. Also, you see me in normal clothing because I'm about to go home soon. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you to whoever watches this. It's 18 minutes of me just rambling. But I actually should have cut it into parts, because the way humans work, I mean, keep their attention. You got to keep their attention. And I don't know if it was 18 minutes. That's a little too long. Maybe I should just cut it into like 3 fucking 6-minute videos or whatever. I should have probably did that. Anyways, appreciate anybody who listens. Like I said, this is like more of like an outing for me to just talk about what's on my mind and shit like that, because I feel like I got nobody to talk to. And I just want somebody to listen, somebody to hear where I'm coming from. Everyone's just busy with life. Friends, close friends, they just busy with life. And I hate to be an inconvenience to anyone, and I hate to bother people. So this is like just an outing for me. So anyways, I appreciate anyone that is listening to this. And yeah, maybe I'll have another video for you guys next week. Well, this week. It might be the Xbox thing, because I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that OD. Yeah. Deuce.